Hey everyone, it's Julie, and today I'll be making carrot cake cheesecake with a cream cheese frosting. I'm super thrilled about this video because it came out delicious. So let's get started. So in my stand mixer goes in 3 8-ounce bricks of cream cheese at room temperature. Make sure the cream cheese is super soft or else it will be lumpy. I'm going to mix that for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to do that on high speed. I lowered the speed and added the sour cream. I always like to lower the speed when adding ingredients to my stand mixer. Sour cream is going to help the cheesecake become super creamy. I added some vanilla extract and some sugar, and we're just going to mix that on medium-high for about a minute, and then we add our eggs one by one until they incorporate well. I will never crack an egg directly into my stand mixer because I'm terrified of an eggshell getting in there. Experience has nothing to do with it. It can happen to anyone. So just try to form good habits in the kitchen. Alright, I gave everything a little quick mix like that. And now we're going to pour this into our springform pan. I placed aluminum foil inside the springform pan because since we are not going to make a crust for this, the cheesecake will leak. And then I just moved it around like that. I baked this in a preheated oven for 1 hour. I let it sit at room temperature for about 40 minutes, and then I placed it in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours. You never ever want to place anything hot inside a fridge, whether it's soup, beans, cheesecake, doesn't matter. That I learned from culinary school, and the reason why I'm running a knife along the sides like that is because it helps the cheesecake not to crack, and that I learned from a subscriber. Thank you! It didn't crack, and now I didn't use a water bath because my cheesecake was pretty clean, but you can if you like. Alright, so now for our carrot cake. In a food processor, I threw in about 4 to 5 carrots. I peeled them, I washed them, and I just cut them into chunks, threw them in there. Mix them for about a minute on high speed, and now to our flour, we're going to add some cinnamon, some baking soda, and some salt. Whisk everything together, and you should always sift your flour. Now in my stand mixer, I'm going to throw in all of my wet ingredients, my eggs, buttermilk, vegetable oil, some shredded coconut, and some pineapples. I used canned pineapples and I did not use the liquid from the can, and some vanilla extract. We're going to mix this. And now the first time I made this, I thought it was going to be too sweet because of the sweetened coconut, but trust me, there's lots of carrots in here and they are not sweet. Alright, so I added some sugar and then the carrots that we processed earlier. We're just going to mix this, and then we're going to add our all-purpose flour. Now when baking, it's always really important to make sure not to overmix. So when you're done pouring all of the all-purpose flour, you're going to mix it for an additional 10-15 seconds, and that's it. By the way, this is the best carrot cake I've ever had. Believe the hype. Alright, so make sure to scrape down the sides and the bottom of your bowl, very important. I used 2 9-inch cake pans and I floured them, I buttered them. Actually, I buttered them, then floured them, sorry. And then I just put an equal amount of batter in each one of them. When baking and cooking, stay clean, very important, good habits in the kitchen. Alright, we're going to bake this in a preheated oven. Now for my cream cheese frosting, I used 1 stick of unsalted butter and 1 brick of cream cheese. I know some people like to use softened butter and cheese. I don't, only because I find that when I do that, my frosting comes out runny. Alright, so I added some vanilla extract and some sifted powdered sugar. I like to sift my powdered sugar so there aren't any lumps in my frosting. And I just mixed that for 3 minutes or so. So I ran a knife along the sides like that so the cake comes out easily. You want to make sure your cakes are super cool before frosting, very important, or the frosting will melt. Then just place your first layer on whatever you're going to be serving this cake. Also make sure to remove all of the crumbs. My cheesecake was in the refrigerator for 4 hours. I'm going to remove the foil and I'm going to place it on top of the carrot cake. Carrot cake was super moist and yummy. I wouldn't even be mad at you guys if you don't make the cheesecake and just the carrot cake. That's how good it was. Alright, so place your last layer on top, and then we're just gonna get ready and frost this. That's the final step. My favorite part. Just kidding. Alright, frost the entire thing however you choose to, with a spatula, with a spoon, however you decide. And then I'm going to throw some walnuts on the sides. That's optional, so I had it wrong. This is the last step. Actually, the last step is to eat the cake. Now I didn't decorate this cake on top because I didn't have the supplies to do so. Okay, I won't lie, I'm not great at decorating. But you may, and I'd love to see pictures. Now this did take some time and effort to make, but you don't have to make this on a Monday after work. You can make this for the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays. This is also a very rich cake, so you want to make sure you share with your loved one. I hope you guys give this recipe a try, and thank you guys so much for watching.